how to find stocks which are riding their 20-day moving average. Like this is a question which I was asked by somebody. If you are using Telechart, it is very easy to look at this and find these kind of stocks, or you want to like and see on the chart a stock which is riding a 20-day moving average. So I'll show you how to do this very easily in Telechart. So here is a chart, Tesla. So you have two things. One is the price, one is the volume. So we go to this chart and left click. It will say add plot, add plot. Then you go look at custom PCF percentage true indicator. So this is what you're looking for. So when you go, by default it will put C is greater than C1. That's the default formula. What we want to find is the period where this particular stock had like its price above 20-day moving average, right? C is greater than average C 20. Okay, if we put it this way, and then we make this portion green, right? And so here, right, and let's give it a name 20, right? And we'll copy this formula because I'll show you how to do it on the bearish side also. Now if you do this, this is the time when the stock was riding its 20-day moving average. This is the time when it was riding its 20-day, or here is where it was riding the 20-day moving average. And you can go to any chart and look it up, like say Apple. So you want to find a stock which is riding its 20-day moving average. Visually you can see on a chart where it was riding its 20-day moving average, or you look at like say here, right? Stock was riding its 20-day moving average. So now you want to find for the same stock the other side, which is the bearish side of this equation, and we don't need this panel to be so big, so you can reduce this panel, right? And we reduce this panel to more manageable level. Now again go add plot, custom PCF plus true indicator. When you go by default it will be C by C1. So we are going to like basically make this C is less than average C, right? And C is less than average C20, and then area, and then make it red because it is downside, and make this red, and then you can make it like a red, right? However intense you want the color, and let's name it 20, and okay, and here you have it where the stock is riding to the downside. We don't need this panel to be so big, so we can reduce the panels to more manageable kind of levels, right? And now you have periods where this is riding 20-day moving average to the upside. This is the period when it is riding to the downside. So if you look at something like say Bailey, right here, so it is riding to the downside. It was riding to the upside here. Now you want to merge these two panels. It's very easy. You see this particular symbol here, move, you move it and you overlay on this. Now in single panel you can find out where a stock was riding its 20-day moving average and where it was riding the moving average to the downside. And you can look at any chart for that matter, or you can go to say Nasdaq 100 and look at Peloton. So Peloton is riding its 20-day moving average to the downside, right? And or like a Zoom has been riding its 20-day moving average to the downside. Or Moderna was riding its 20-day moving average to the upside. Now it is driving to the downside. And you want it for 10 days, 20 days, you can just change the value here to 50 days or 20 days, 10 days, whatever period suits your fancy. You want this color to be more dark, you can change the color to be more dark. You want less faint, you can make it less faint. You can make it more dark, right? And this is how very easily you can find stocks which are riding their 20-day moving average. So if you know how to use Telechart, there are many ways in which you can find these kind of stocks by scanning for them or by visually looking at a chart. Hopefully this was useful. If it was useful, subscribe to this channel and you'll find many more profitable tips like this.